Hey, it's backwoods to nowhere. We're going to be heading out on our next trip to the northern lower peninsula of Michigan in the Huron National Forest. Probably somewhere north of Mayo in dispersed camping areas near the AuSable River. Hopefully we'll get some fishing in. Downstate's going to hit near 90. It's going to be a little cooler up there. I hope so. And hopefully we're not going to have the big tick problem that everybody's reporting already up there. We'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for coming along. Always good to stop every once in a while and check the camper and truck, make sure everything's good. But I wanted to show you guys, I stop every time I pass it, which isn't too often. It's my favorite burger place, and the cheese curds are crazy good. Let me know if you like this place too. That's right, Halo Burger. Halo Burger in Birch Run, Michigan. Alright, time to get back on the road. See you in a bit. Well, we're getting close to our journey. We just made the turn towards where I think there's some campsites. We're 3/4 of a mile down here. Ah, that was me hitting a tree, unfortunately. Keep forgetting there's a camper on the back of this truck. We're still not there. This is just a minute after that last clip, but I saw these weird prints in the sand. And I don't know, I'm no Sasquatch expert, but take a look. They're in the center of the road. They're probably 5 feet apart, and they're big. Unless it's some kind of horse. No idea. You guys can laugh at me in the comments. Well, I'm real excited. We just got to our site. It's right by the AuSable River. You can't see the river from this spot, but it's nearby. And this spot, which I'll pan around in a second and show you, it's a small little drive to get here with a lot of trees on each side, and then it opens up into this nice big area. There's a great fire pit, a picnic table, and a pole to hang things on, probably because all the bears here. The mosquitoes are insane. As soon as I jumped out of the truck, I changed from shorts to long pants and socks and grabbed the off. I got to get a fire started to get some smoke out here. Alright, I got some more to do to set up camp, and I'll be back in a minute. Well, probably the first thing I should do before going back and grabbing some wood and some kindling is proper tick management or prevention. I already had one on me last night, and it was one I've never seen before. Now I feel like they're crawling all over me. It was a really small black one. I've never had one of those on up here. Usually I get those big deer ones. But I researched and found this stuff, and it's new to me, and it's a funny word, but I think it's pronounced permethrin, something like that. It's close. And it's devastating to ticks and other insects as well. But they say by applying it, and it's stuff I bought, you only apply to your garments, not while you're wearing them. They have to be off. You gotta let it dry, and it'll last for like 40 or 50 days. unless you wash it in your washing machine, and then it lasts 7 cycles in there. I think it's toxic to cats. Not so bad on dogs, but cats. But they say by just using it on your footwear and your socks, your likelihood of having a tick on you is reduced by 70%. So I sprayed my boots yesterday thoroughly with that. I didn't do anything else, but tucking your socks in here is always a good idea. Long pants, long sleeves. Not sure how you do that in the summer or in Florida. We got to get this going to get some of these mosquitoes out of here so I can get my wife out of the camper. Smoke. Someone left this wood here. That was nice of them. Thank you, whoever you were. Well, as I think you know, we're staying at the AuSable Loop Campground, located just outside of Mayo, Michigan, on the national trout river, the AuSable. This campground has only 5 sites. Each has a picnic table, a fire ring, and a lantern post. Our site is exceptionally secluded. I'm still on our site. I'm going to flip the camera around. And here's the driveway to our site. And I'll take you and show you some of the other areas. They have vault toilets, and they also have an area for trash that looks like it's bear-proofed, because there are a ton of bear up here. So down here, this is just part of an end loop, and there's another road that, it's a tight true track that goes through to another scenic overlook, probably a third of a mile away. Here's our neighbor's site. There's a trail that goes behind our camper through the woods to this site. And then across the street from this one is a nice sunny open site, which we may move to charge the batteries from the solar today. We have 400 watts of solar on the roof. I think it's 100 that came from Lance to charge the 100 amp lithium house battery. And then I have a Blue Eddy 200L with another 300 watts just for that. These are the trash receptacles that are bear-proof. Oh, they're made out of steel. Those are really nice. And of course, since it seems to be a thing, a trend started by other YouTuber campers, I guess I'm no different, at least in this respect. Let's see how the outhouse looks. Oh, man, they're just making them nicer now. They use that same stuff on the walls that you have at Wendy's. Waterproof board of some sort, skylights, cement floor, regular door, and very nice. Just had a tick on my arm, my hand, and I put him on my permethrin infested shoe. They're not supposed to like it, right? Let's see how he does. He's trying to get off. Or he's eating it, I'm not sure. He ain't dying yet. He is doing an interesting dance, though. I would say at this point, he's been on there for 3 minutes. And he apparently loves the permethrin. It's like me and a fresh donut. But we'll see. This is Paul. I'm back with my tick study. It's unfunded at this point, but he fell off my other shoe, which would indicate to me the permethrin's making him a little tipsy. I found him in the dirt after extensive and exhaustive searching, and I put him back on my other boot. Now, he still looks good. He has no festering open sores or anything, but I'm thinking the permethrin might work. He fell off my boot. And he's beelining it now. He doesn't like the permethrin. Well, I'd say it definitely is a deterrent. He looks a little stumbly. All right, well, we're back from our day trip scouting out different areas. And it's time to feed the wife. She likes fatty red meat. Ribeye. Or New York strip. So I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. Now mine I'll cook. I know I'll get flack. I used to eat them well done, now medium well, but hers, just like this. It's almost done. I'll cut it, she'll eat it raw. I'm just teasing. She's probably making a funny face at me if I look up now. Try cooking these on low. No matter how low I put this grill, It's hot. I think we'll eat this one. We stopped at the awesome AuSable River Outfitters in Mayo, Michigan, where the owner greeted us and showed me some lures and gave me some tips for fishing here tonight. We're not going for trout because we just don't have the right equipment. But he says there's a decent amount of walleye in here, and for that we're ready. If you stick around, I promise there's a good chance I'm going to fall in this water. And if I do, it wasn't on purpose because I hate getting wet and I can't really swim. I can't really fish either.
You better not hook me with that hook.
I'll probably hook my wife.
If you do,
Remember, if I do, it's not staged.
no, it won't be funny if you hook me. Did you throw a stick at?
That really happened. I just bought that lure. I drove into town to buy that $20, $18 lure.
It's gonna hook.
It's my second cast, I think, maybe third. My rod just broke in two out there with the lure. And now I promise, if you stick with me, you have to subscribe, like, and comment below, because I'm just a catastrophe with at every turn. You never know what you're going to get. I'll probably catch a fish right now, some record-breaking one. Lord, this would be a great time for you to show off to everyone some of the miracles that you still work in today's world. Feel free to put a fish at the end of this. This is all. There's no cuts. Whatever I reel in here really happened. And I didn't have a miracle today, but I did get my rod back.
Yeah, just watch that hook.
She's a little scared of the hook still. Well, that's how I met her. That was almost 18 years ago, and now she's thinking of it and she's terrified and doesn't want to get hooked again.
Oh, you're pulled. You just fished.
Now she's talking about my pole, folks. We're probably gonna have to edit this whole thing out. Maybe I should include cuts, like final cuts or outtakes. Yeah, that's it. The kids will like the outtake videos. All right, this is my fourth cast, or maybe third. So the camper has got some cool lights on it. Really bright for loading up to camp. They have a term for the two at the top. And then on each driver and passenger side, you have another white light. And then what's cool is they turn amber also. Just the switch goes in the other direction, you have amber lights. Nice little touch lamps did. LED, dual color, same switch. Good morning. Great night's sleep, quiet and cold. Still have the whole place to ourselves. Gonna do some exploring. Well, I think this morning we'll clean the fire pit. It's not too bad. There's a few cans in here. I left them in last night. You never know what's in them. I wanted to cook them. Sounds like a car might be pulling through here. You don't have to go far to find a bunch of dead limbs. There was some pine back there. That's a good thing. Well, looks like the fire's going nice now. It's still cool. It's probably 47. And it's about 7:30 in the morning. We just did our drone flight. There's nothing like a cool, crisp morning with hot French pressed coffee from an American veteran company, I may add. The French press, that is. And a nice morning fire, crackling. I don't know if you can hear it, but you got woodpeckers in the back pecking away, you got birds chirping and singing, and no sounds of the city. Just the crackle of the fire now. I don't imagine too many people watching this, whether it's now when our channel's new or years from now when it's grown to just immense proportions. A lot of people are going to be campers and like this, but for those of you who aren't, you definitely have to give it a try, especially nowadays. Getting away from the hustle and bustle, the rat race. Like a famous person of past said, it'll cleanse your soul. And you know you probably need that. A little soul cleansing is good once in a while. Well, I've been fishing for a while. It'd be cool if I caught one now, huh? No luck, but encouragement. My first cast when I went to the shore on my right was followed in, which looked to be a rainbow trout, and it was every bit of 14 to 16 inches. He followed it in probably 3-4 feet from this dock here, these steps, and then there was no room left, and he slowly swam back out towards the deeper water. So that was encouraging, and it would just been awesome to catch that. I've never caught anything like that, a trout. We may even ate them. But my tennis elbow is starting to flare up from casting. So we're just going to give it a bit longer. And then we'll head back and make some breakfast for the wife. Well, one of our last trips, you probably recall, we had a stove that didn't work. Bought at the same time as this one. The other one was prettier. Don't know what was wrong. I tossed it when we got home. Now, we're going to try this one, which has got more use than that other one. Wouldn't it be ironic if this one doesn't work either? What's nice about these stoves is it's either butane or propane. but the butane's way hotter. Ah, we're in luck. It smells as good as it looks and it sounds, hopefully, to you guys. Well, I've been thinking about that trout that swam up to my lure. How awesome that would have been to catch him. So I think we'll fish again tonight, this evening anyway. And maybe he'll be on the dinner plate with some ribeye. Nothing like butter and bacon grease. Well, forest ranger stopped by at our campsite, and a young guy, nice guy, he told us about some other campsites and gave us a map. We could fill years up worth of camping in this area at campsites, not to mention all the dispersed areas. This is a dispersed area that we're going to explore, see if the truck camper can make it down here. Just turned off the main road onto it. It looks pretty good. I'll flip the camera around and show you. Seriously. I guess the ranger's got a different opinion on the water. Well, we're still exploring that last tip from the forest ranger. Didn't work out. It was way too tight and low with the trees. We're a little ways from that, and we found this area. And look at that, lo and behold, no camping. But it looks like it's a heck of a view. It is absolutely a heck of a view.
Very pretty but steep.
we're still looking for places maybe to spend the night, to fish or eat dinner. And we just came across this place. This looks like land that's supplied by the power company, but it's open to the public. There's a fishing pier, two of them actually. There's one probably 100 yards away to the left. This is Mayo Pond. It's dammed up from the AuSable River that we were camping on. Yeah, this looks super clear too. Looks like good water. Looks like the dam's over there. Okay, I can say that about does it for this video. Thanks for coming along to the Huron National Forest, the AuSable Loop Campground right on the AuSable River. Unfortunately, we didn't catch any giant trout or walleye or anything, but it was still fun fishing. The park is amazing, the forest is amazing, and the ticks, the mosquitoes weren't that bad. We had a fire smoking most of the day when we were out here. Used a little off in that permethrin tick repellent on the boots, and it seemed to work pretty well. We'll be coming back here again. We talked to the forest ranger yesterday, and he gave us a map and showed us some other rustic campgrounds and also some really beautiful dispersed camping sites in his opinion. Also, he told us where we could camp on the water in a couple of spots. So we have a lot of exploring to do just in this area. We could fill up a year of videos just doing this. But thanks for coming along. If you like what you're seeing, please leave comments, click the bell, subscribe, and share our channel. It's the only way YouTube's algorithm sends it out to other people like us. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.